It's the last day of April and the first day of a new short, warm spell that we're into. We'll have a quick look at some of the temperatures ranging in around close to 3:30 in the afternoon, what we're seeing across BC, and then we're going to go for a little walk and look at the springtime conditions right up here in the Cariboo Mountains right now. All right, let's go. There it is.
My God.
I'll watch the video later. They dry mopping this. Hit like, share, subscribe, tell a guy, tell somebody, tell them to come help me grow this channel right here. The only weather reporting service you got in the central interior of this kind, at least. Okay, let's have a look at the Diggy's Diner weather station. It's been a little while since we've checked this one out. And I confess that I finally, for the last couple of weeks, have had it back out in the open so we can measure precip again and get better wind measurements as well. So the station is back to fully operational, not just a temperature station. 13.3 degrees at this current minute that I'm recording. Might get a little warmer still yet this afternoon for everybody. Still, though, it was down to minus 3.5 last night, so that is chilly. We've seen a wind gust as high as 21 kilometers today. Been a little bit breezy throughout most of the day, actually. It really has been. But we've seen how that temperature really started to climb as we came in the day, and it's just continued to go up on trajectory and should for a little while longer. Maybe we'll get to 15 today or something like that. As we look at monthly mode and have just a peek at April right now, I've seen some of the strongest winds that I've measured. Although we've had stronger winds, probably, about halfway through the month, I put the weather station out onto and you can almost see the date, April 19th. Look when our wind readings start picking up, right? So I don't have it on the porch now where it's just not getting the correct wind reading. So now we're getting really accurate information across the board on the weather station, whereas it was for a while just being a really good humidity, pressure, and temperature reader. So we were down to minus 10 at one point this month. It's up to 17.3. We've seen quite a variation in temperatures throughout April, and you can see when some of those were early in the month was when the coldest temps were. But, we had some minus 9 on Sunday the 13th, and then 8.5, minus 7.9 or something like that. Wednesday the 16th, 6.3 sometime around my birthday, and then we've kind of been just getting, slightly below zero a lot of nights. I'm hoping to see that change, but we can see when some of these warm spells have been, they kind of peak up, and then we get the cool weather, and then we get the warm spell, and then we get the down weather, and then we get the warm spell, and now those they're starting to get closer together, the warm spells and the down weather. What am I looking at? What are you looking at, Joey? Well, here we have the ditch along Highway 26 here in Wells. Yeah, the exciting ditch. Why would I want to be talking about the ditch right now? Well, this area that I'm walking in, many years is quite full of water. That's why I'm talking about this right now. Because I noticed this last year here too, and we had the fire season fire up here in Wells. We were able to meet the conditions that allowed for it. I mean, the ground is damp. Yeah, it's not like it's in any immediate fire danger. No, it's not the case at all. Not really. I mean, things will green up here soon. And of course, you got just rock and everything this way. So I'm not looking at this place being like, oh, here's an example of fire danger. What I'm talking about is the conditions that you'd expect to see in the region. And this would be like a good place to measure, I find. So like when I come down to this low area up here, quite often, it's full of water. How much water we got in here right now? Some in the ditch. Our snow only broke last week, Thursday, Friday. Okay? So we've only just lost our snow. Generally at this time, we expect to see this area wet and muddy. We've had some precip. I'm wondering if things were just so dry for a while that the ground is going to really drink a lot of water before it's able to accept it sitting on top a lot, right? So to me, this should be unwalkable right now. Most every year except last year it has been. It's dry here. It's a little squishy. But if it's dry here in this generally wet area, that's often I can't walk down here because it's full of water. I think that may be a sign for things later on down. Okay, Ken, let's cross the road. could be a sign for things later on down the road, you know. Of course, if we get a lot of precip into June, which is possible, maybe we'll see some of this counteract. So and this is the challenges ahead that we have here, right? We need areas like this that should be completely swampy to be a lot wetter than they are already as we come to the 1st of May. I am concerned about that. Next topic today, the lake. As you can see, it's got a large open gap now around most of the shoreline, especially on this north flank that's taking the sun a lot more than that south flank. And what's happening is our lake will soon melt, and so the lake generally breaks on May 11th. And to me, seeing it open this much already, knowing we have a couple warm days ahead, it's not very warm today, even though it's warmer, I'm concerned that we may not make it to Mother's Day, and that would help indicate the condition of the snowpack at other places too, and you know, where we're at for melting, where we're at for ice thickness out there, snow thickness, density, and how able it will be to hang on, you know, on these north aspects of the mountains into June and late, you know, sometimes even into early July, having a little bit of snow on some of those north aspects. They are fire blocks. They're guards. They make sure fire can't pass. They get up, they're climbing a mountain, and they hit a wet, cold, snowy zone. So that takes away a number of things in BC that we can rely on to, again, help us with our fire conditions as we come into our new season. Oh, and he swims right past the stick. Where are you going, bud? Hey, Kenny, I'm over here. He swam past the stick and is just beeline to the other side. I'm over here, silly. You gotta come back. Come on. He's so little. He's so cute. I just love this dog. He's hilarious. Such a character. What a good swimmer you are. Yeah, you're a good swimmer. Yeah, you're a great swimmer. Are you having fun? You having fun in the water? Here's the test. If I can walk from Willow River to the road without getting a soaker, I'll know I'm in. I mean, it's obviously wet through a lot of this place. But generally, I've had many times I was like, I bet you I can find a way through, and it ended with me getting a soaker. And this time, I don't think that's the case. Don't drink that water. That's gross. Hey. Yeah, look at that. Walk right through all this swamp area. I mean, maybe the water levels will come up a little bit with some of this mountain snow melt. There is the one tricky spot. But, oh, subtle soaker only. Just a little in the toe.
So where are we at right now? Mostly high cirrus, high elevation cloud and whatnot. Generally clearing conditions for us. Still a little bit cloudy over on the Alberta side. But it will warm up for them very soon too. This is coming for them, what we're getting right now. So what are we seeing? 16 Prince George, 16 Quesnel at about 3:30. Let's see, when was this updated? Is this really recent? 25 minutes ago. So probably going to see a little warmer than this yet this afternoon. Whatever our end final totals will be. But we got a bunch of places that hit above 20, including Castlegar's above 20. Penticton made it above 20. Kelowna has definitely made it above 20 today. Same with Peachland as well. 25 minutes ago, they reported. Over in the Kamloops area, they're hitting 20. Revelstoke really close. 21 down there in Lytton. 20 in Darcy. So that's pretty warm for Darcy, actually. And I seen an area in the mountains up here earlier reporting a 20 that I thought was really unusual as well. So, okay. Down there by Hope, 18s, 15 Chilliwack, whatnot. We know it's going to get warmer than this in the coming days. We're looking forward to some of these temperatures going much, much higher than this. There you have it. I was able to walk through the Swampy Slough area off of Willow River here and just get a little water in the toe of my boot only. That shows you something, right? That's an area where I've many times tried to take shortcuts through there, even in the summer, as it looks like ground, but it's not. And the same goes for this too. This ditch here on this side we talked about when I started this walk with the dog, completely dry. So these are big stretches of the road that often with the dog through most of the year I have to walk on the road if I'm going to walk to the lake. You know what I'm saying? There goes Tom from Highways. We may have a washout beginning on our road at Stanley there. So that's some more great news for our highway. 2 years ago we lost a section that was a pain in the ass all summer long. And they finally put a bridge in it after like 8 months. Ridiculous stuff around here. So I don't know if you're highways guys, this may not be the problem. But make sure you're getting out and checking all the culverts at this time of year. Making sure that they're flowing freely. That's one way you could easily lose a highway. I think that may or may not have been the issue when we lost along the Lightning Creek area where the road washed out. Okay. In fact, new models saying up to 27 in Kamloops on Thursday. Whoa, 24 Penticton, 24 Osoyoos, 25 in Salmon Arm and Chilliwack as well. Into the 20s for 100 Mile House, mid 20s maybe for Williams Lake, 23 called for there. 21 Prince George, so that's crazy. Grand Prairie 23, Dawson Creek 22, Fort St. John 21. Friday, they're thinking by 11 a.m. we're already going to be in the 20s in southern BC. So get ready for warmth. Get ready for warmth, my friends. And maybe it doesn't last that long, but if at 5 in the afternoon we got 25s in Kelowna, 26 in Kamloops, 23s, 24 in Quesnel, 22 Prince George. It's going to be so good. 25 in Grand Prairie, 26 in Dawson Creek. Some of those temperatures on the Alberta side starting to spike up. Going to be really nice. Going to be really nice. I'm really looking forward to this. Unfortunately, by Saturday, it's all over for us in BC, but not so for Saskatchewan, Manitoba, maybe a little, and definitely most of Alberta too. Pretty windy right now, and for how cool the wind felt an hour ago, it feels a touch warmer right now. Wind feels a little warmer anyways. The wind would be a great mechanism for A, melting, B, drying, transporting the moisture away from its location, so drying. And of course, C, melting the ice on the lake. The wind will help speed that up if there remains a bunch of this. But what I think this is some of that warmth is trying to knock on the door of the caribou.